You are now listening to Lipstick and Lies, the podcast, where we engage in honest, uncensored discussions about love, relationships, life misconceptions, social news, and the latest gossip. Hosted by Yola H, LA from the A, and SWAT Chick. Set your alarms to catch this vibe.
Yes, catch a vibe, baby.
Because every Wednesday, we're live at 9. Don't forget to visit our website at lipstickandlies.com for all streaming platforms, events, and updates. That's lipstickandlies.com. Now sit back and relax and get ready for Lipstick and Lies, the podcast.
Everybody lies.
Oh, yeah. What's up?
What's up? Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey, everyone. Happy Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Yes.
Hump day. Let's get it.
All right. So what it do? What it ain't? What it gonna be? What's up? What's up?
Yes.
I'm the girl LA from the A.
Hey,
Yes.
she's in the building.
All
Mhm.
in the building. And my name is SWAT Chick.
Southwest Atlanta Chick.
Hey.
And you're dealing with your girl Yola Blanco, and I'm in the building.
And we got
Major Pain.
Major Pain.
is in the building.
That's a nice little setup.
One time for
Thank
Major
y'all.
Pain being in the building.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday. Y'all can be anywhere in the world, but you are
Excited.
Here
here.
with us tonight.
Yes.
And we are so excited to have you here.
It's so exciting.
And just because we're so excited, we're giving away money to a lucky listener. Hey, Joe. Friend of the show. So every time you hear us curse, we're going to put $1 in the jar and give it to a lucky listener at the end of the month.
Let's discuss who's in the lead with this.
So SWAT Chick is in the lead right now with she got 99.
How many I got, man?
SWAT Chick is at $49.
That's some bull in itself. But okay. All
What
right.
is you doing?
And me and LA are at $9.
Why did you put them extra 4 right there?
That's Roman numerals.
We're at $9.
That ain't that ain't Roman. What you
But
call it?
guess what?
The
Don't worry
fence.
about it.
We're
Yeah,
so
no,
what
it
we're
is
trying to
long.
do
It
is
is
keep
long.
it clean, but we want to make sure that we are accountable for the message that we are sending out. So for sure. But how's your weekend, LA?
Non-existent.
Well, all right, moving it right along.
Yeah, there we go. Real
Moving it
quick.
right
Simple.
along.
I didn't do nothing.
Okay.
I don't think.
And
No,
as you all can see, SWAT Chick is wearing a red goat jersey. Aaron.
Well, it's a bowling jersey.
It is.
It's a bowling jersey.
Oh, I thought it was a blouse.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen of Lipstick and Lies, she has just tried me with the
No.
blouse.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm
The
sorry.
blouse.
With a blouse.
Thought it was a blouse.
Because she would never.
Mhm.
And never.
I might as well put on some rouge.
I know that's right.
Hey, we did it before. We can do it again.
You know what?
And some lip gloss.
Okay.
She's trying to provoke me,
But,
and then
Cap.
putting more money in the jar.
Hey, I'm not.
Chapstick.
No
Yeah.
provoking going on over here.
They're trying to provoke
No
me.
ma'am. No sir. No ham. No turkey.
Okay.
My weekend was great. I got to see the grandkids and our middle daughter graduated from TSU, and y'all guess who was there?
Who was that?
Ooh.
Oprah.
Oh, really? You
Really?
ain't get no picture of
I paid $0 to see Oprah.
You know what?
Huh? She was at TSU. She did the
That's what's up.
commencement speech. So shout out to the
I'm mad.
TSU
I'm
girl.
mad. Howard got Joe Biden doing the commencement speech. All the black people.
Howard
They picked
being
Joe,
Joe
Biden.
Biden.
Maybe they thinking Joe Biden finna excuse all the student loans.
They
Well,
said it.
No, I think it was Kamala because Kamala went to Howard and she pulled.
Oh, yeah, she did go to Howard.
Yeah.
She did.
I would have rather seen her than Joe, but
Actually,
Joe gonna fall asleep up there.
He
Hey.
Listen,
that's y'all president.
Or
We
trip,
The
trip
way
and
y'all feel
fall.
about 45 is the way I feel about 46. So listen,
We did
y'all-
it,
It's
Joe.
not even-
we did it, Joe.
All
They all the
four.
same.
Right.
Joe, sit-
That's
Joe,
what I
sit
said.
down.
It's all
Joe, sit down. Hey, Joe, sit down.
Listen,
Man, when he
I
fell
don't
off
need
that
you,
bike,
Joe. Messing all around. I didn't
listen,
cut.
this is the
Oh, not
the
the
chapstick and cap portion
of
of
the
the show.
No cap.
So
Not Joe Biden thing. No cap.
listen,
He
okay.
played y'all. Y'all thought he was for y'all. But anyway, so what do we have going on in the news?
Everything. Listen, listen.
Hey, first of all, let me say something. when LA be disgusting, boy, I cannot. It's written all over your face.
Listen.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be talking about the
You don't
news.
have to say a word.
They done bust out and start harmonizing. So,
But
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'm serious.
I'm just saying.
We're serious
What's
now.
up?
Okay, so what's happening?
She had her weekend. How was your weekend?
it was good.
Major pain.
It was good.
It was good.
I ain't gonna say what I want to say.
What?
Why?
First of all,
This
this
is-
is a transparent show.
Yeah.
So if you're not gonna be your authentic self,
No, I'm talking about them pictures. I was just talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
That kinda
I'm
made
kind
me
of
mad.
about
this
Yeah.
weekend, what kind of pictures was
I can't,
it? What you was doing?
He said he did some good
Oh,
work.
yeah.
He did some good work this weekend. That's all he said.
I did some good work this weekend. That's all I
Oh,
He
okay,
did some good
okay,
work
okay.
this
said.
weekend.
You know, sometimes folks
He's
like,
a professional
Sometimes-
photographer, y'all.
sometimes
FYI.
folks like to take advantage, so that's all.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Joe
the
Biden
trans
took
on
advantage
all
of the
this.
black.
you know what?
Oh.
You know what?
Okay, but what's in the news? What's going on in the world today? A lot of stuff is happening, current event wise.
I want to
Well.
say this. I would be so glad, and it ain't even because I'm a fan or nothing like that. But can we please, City of Atlanta, go on and put $1 down for me? Wrap this shit up
Right, what up?
What?
with this YSL case. Wrap this shit
Oh.
up.
The case ain't even started. They still
And-
trying to find a
And the
drooper.
antics that's going on. Listen,
It's
the
a-
man Thug on trial and he ain't even taking it serious. He got headphones in. He said,
Everybody-
Yo, lady.
No,
Right.
everybody has headphones in though because like they're making them wear the headphones.
okay, but he's sitting over there. He's not listening to what they listening to. He over there, hey, hey, like he listening to Lil Baby. He chilling. Like wrap it up.
Hey,
We wasting taxpayer dollars.
and it is a waste, but you have to blame some of that on the judge.
I'm blaming it on everybody. I'm
Because
blaming
the
it.
judge is
Also,
unreal.
they trying to spend. Okay, so how y'all feel about this? City of Atlanta. I'm still talking about City of Atlanta right now.
Okay.
They want to build a skyscraper-sized
Martin Luther King.
statue of Martin Luther King.
What? Why?
Did you not hear about that?
Well, what dollars?
No, I'm watching.
Girl, I'm
Yeah, I
sick
heard
of
about
this.
that.
So
I'm sick. Write me down. I'm sick of this shit.
why?
I'm ready to leave Atlanta, man.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
A
to
skyscraper size.
skyscraper size.
I want to move to Texas.
Sky. Yes, me too. We probably gonna be on the same
I'm
side.
just gonna
What,
build
what's
my
gonna
favorite house
be?
here.
What's gonna be in the building?
It's not gonna be a building. It's a statue.
So you taking up space.
Correct.
And
You
and
using
the
taxpayer dollars,
Correct.
and it's all these homeless people outside.
No. Not even homeless people. What about the potholes? It's about 5 of them. still
You
on
you
Capitol
know
Road.
I know.
What are they doing to the Boulder Crest exit on 285? I'm trying to
That's
understand.
bad county though.
What they
Oh,
doing?
oh,
Okay,
yeah.
They don't care.
285.
They don't care.
285.
They don't
Where
care.
you
Yeah,
think
that
a
was still
pig,
money.
the pig get lost in the pothole.
I
The
mean,
potholes is 7-8 inches deep.
like what's going on? There's so many other things to address.
It's a Lake Lanier situation on 285.
Speaking of Lanier, y'all know the movie coming out.
You know they
And-
they open late Lanier.
And
They
you know
not
you
open
can't
it.
swim in Lake Lanier no more.
You shouldn't be. Able
It's about time.
That's time.
But they doing that because the
It's time.
movie and the documentary, and now people have questions.
Yeah.
Is this true about Oscarville?
Yeah.
And that's true.
But a lot of people really did not know.
well,
about
they
Oscarville.
need to do their
Star
due diligence
hashtag.
and do their research.
Drain the lake. Hashtag
No,
drain the
that's
lake.
No.
that's the reserve for the city. Don't drain it, but it don't need to be a place for
Right.
recreation.
But how
No,
you
it's
have
gonna-
a
they gonna make
city-
it money.
It's 50 million other lakes.
Well,
Alatoona,
Okay.
Oconee.
well,
West Point.
well, don't use a black city, and our ancestors feel bad because we over here partying, drinking, throwing beer cans in the lake. If you ain't, we are not honoring them any kind of way, shape, form, or fashion with this Lake Lanier. It's a party town, right?
Lake Lanier.
I've never been to Lake
You know,
Lanier.
just go to
I
Flower
don't-
Practice right next door. Go watch
You
I've
can
never
Go
been
what?
there.
Go
Have
watch
you
the
been there?
Sorry
I've
Family.
been
Shut
there.
up.
I
Why
never.
you got in the water?
Mm-mm.
You been on lately?
I've been on a restaurant.
I mean, I've been on a
and I was doing the job.
We
I used to-
always.
I used to work for a company where I had to deliver food out there, so that don't really count.
I mean, we used to go out there all the time. You already know that. We used to go out there
What's
get on
up,
the
Big
house.
Will?
But you couldn't pay.
I wasn't
me.
on that boat. Exactly.
You missed
Oh,
out. We had
I didn't
fun.
miss out on the
Current
thing.
event
You
too.
did.
Did y'all hear
And
about
you did.
Jay-Z's son suing him
The man who
to take the
proclaimed-
DNA?
He proclaims to be.
This has went to the Supreme Court.
He proclaims to be.
This has been.
He kind of looked like him a little bit.
He do favor him a little bit. We not even going.
I'm so sick of. If I ain't been your daddy 30 years, go ahead on.
I mean, because it's like at this
No.
point,
Go ahead on.
but what does the boy want? He just wants the recognition of. He wants the recognition of being Jay-Z's son. Like, okay, let's say they go through with it. They do the paternity test. Okay, boom, Jay-Z your daddy. Now what?
Nothing.
Didn't that just
Nothing.
happen to somebody else? This just happened to somebody
Listen,
else.
Mari said he'll come out of retirement for
Hey, Lanita.
Who will come out of retirement?
And
Mari
you
Povich.
I didn't know he was retired.
Yeah, they canceled his show. The reruns come on now.
well, I don't know about all that, but this just happened to somebody else. I'm trying to remember who it was.
Well, I don't
With
even
their
know.
son. But what's going on with Chris Brown and
So somebody said it was a fight, and somebody said it wasn't a fight. But then Usher come around with a bloody nose, and allegedly, as my producer would direct me to say, Tiana Taylor was doing a movie, and she was supposed to did the AMAs with Chris Brown while she was doing the movie, so she canceled. And then she was at the party, and Chris Brown, being the tourist that he is, team tourist,
here we go.
being the tourist that he is, he got the swinging. He didn't really like it.
I heard from the people who close to him, he hard to get along with.
Yeah, I heard it too. But I still like
A tourist is never hard to get along
Girl,
with.
hush your mouth.
But the
Some of y'all
fight
are.
was alleged because Usher went live with not a black eye scratch on face, just as Noxzema clear. So
Well, I mean, I don't know. Whatever the case, it happened at the party, and then it was also another confrontation with Chris Brown backstage at the concert.
well,
So-
this time I might have to believe Chris Brown because he said it was really security who was backstage doing the most,
Doing
and he got angry because his kids was there.
Mm.
So I could understand that if that's really the truth of what happened. You know, every time something happened, we be quick to, all right, Christopher Maurice Brown and all that. I mean,
God dang,
you
not
know.
the government name.
What about the Krishan and the
What happened to
the
Krishan?
blue face?
Face.
What happened?
The same.
She tried to burn the house down.
She
tried
pulled
to-
her left eye.
She tried.
Allegedly.
Did she go to jail?
No, he called it, but it's a lot of gaslighting with their whole
Oh,
relationship. Honestly, I'm really sick of it.
I am too.
They both. I feel bad for that kid.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's gonna be awful.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's gonna be
he
a
all of
problem.
a sudden saying he don't want the kid, but she's
Yeah.
saying
He
that
never wanted the
they
kid.
planned that.
Yeah.
I think Pillow Talking
anytime-
did tell her.
Yeah, of course.
Anytime a
When his-
man
when
make
his hit
you
records-
have a tooth missing
One.
and you ain't even at denture age, that's alarming.
I wouldn't be surprised if one of them ended up 6 feet. The
I
way,
feel like that's what's coming.
the way
I
they
do
go.
too.
I pray that ain't what's coming though, cause
God,
I don't want to see it, but that's where it's going. But
Yeah.
what I really wish is that the blogs and everybody else would just stop
Exactly.
giving them attention.
then they will stop, right?
Correct.
Then they will
They
stop.
will stop.
Because
Correct.
then ain't nothing, what else can I do to get y'all to keep me relevant?
Correct.
So instead of advancing the community,
Everything seems like it's about attention, and then it's like y'all report on it, but then at the same time y'all saying, y'all tired of it, but then y'all reporting on it. So it's
Yeah.
like, stop reporting on it.
Yeah.
Like leave it alone. But
you couldn't pay me to be.
So
all
did
that
y'all
wrong.
see y'all probably didn't see it. I don't even bring that up. Never mind. Moving on.
what?
There was a video about prostitutes in Thailand. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't see
There's
it.
prostitutes everywhere.
the crime.
No, it's funny because
People
she
gotta
was
stop
literally
watching.
reciting the menu. They had a menu
What's the menu?
at the brothel or whatever you call it.
Bitch.
Man, listen, she had a long list, yo. And it was just
I'm listening.
I was just like, ma'am,
I'm nervous.
ma'am. Okay, Siri trying to.
That's the man.
Tyler wouldn't be on my list.
Tyler, you would go there.
Nah.
You would go to Bangkok.
Nah, they have too many.
I might go to that spot that they was
Lady
at
boys.
on Rush Hour.
Got a lot of lady boys.
I'm done.
That's what it's called.
I'm so done.
No, I would go to Columbia before I go to Tyler.
Oh, they do the
Columbia, where they getting their teeth fixed.
Columbia,
Where
South
everybody getting them
America.
big
I don't
chocolates.
speak that Spanish.
Mhm.
Them veneers
Mami.
come.
Columbia, South America,
Them veneers come
Oh,
in one
they're-
size.
and the STD rates are very high there.
Hey, the STD rates is high right here.
No.
They got a big STD
No.
billboard downtown.
Yeah, we
Yes,
in the
they
red
should.
zone. We are in the
Got
red
it.
zone.
If
Any
we
major
red,
city
so
gonna-
they in the black. It went all the way to black.
Any
But let
major
me tell
city
you
gonna
something.
be.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Mhm.
They not clean. That's what they say on
Mm.
what's National Geographic. They say you go over there and get a shot when you come back.
You need a shot right here in
They
Atlanta.
say penicillin. Well, I don't gotta
Atlanta
have
one of the worst
penicillin
cities
shot to
in the
walk
whole
around in
country
Atlanta.
when it comes to
It's
STD.
Actually, that's
it's
false.
getting there.
That's fine.
I ain't got to walk around Atlanta with a penicillin shot.
It's getting there. You need to have a penicillin shot like the EpiPen, like you.
They got a billboard downtown saying uncurable gonorrhea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that ain't
what?
nothing new. That is nothing new.
You
About
get
10 years
STD.
ago, it's been around.
You
So
go to
that's-
Colorado and get a dang STD.
I know you effing lying. Because that is a perfect segue.
I'm just
Well, no, because the gonorrhea thing, that's real.
yeah.
That's really real.
It's on
So,
Northside Drive.
yes, and it's not anything new.
And it's
been around
big.
for a
It's
very
huge.
long
I
time.
haven't seen
There's a different strain.
And they got the
of
HIV
gonorrhea.
billboard outside
But
the
see, this-
museum, where
the gonorrhea.
the
not
Coca-Cola Museum.
This,
Well,
what
it is a
I
bacteria,
this is
right?
what I suggest. Everybody do due diligence. Go to the CDC.com, go to
Yeah.
CDC.gov,
That's smart.
and you can research all the different STDs. There are STDs that y'all can't even fathom. Okay, that is around the world. Haven't even touched the US, but there's a lot of stuff that we have no clue about.
Imagine going to the
Gonorrhea,
doctor and
definitely.
getting a checkup, and the doctor tells you got an STD that ain't nobody ever heard of.
How you know, doctor?
We
If
don't
ain't
know
nobody
if it's-
never heard
I'm
of.
just
So
saying.
you gotta be careful.
And I'm not saying this just me saying it. I'm
You
saying
go
it
to
as
the
a
doctor and
person.
they be like, you got
I worked
you
in
got
sexual health
mesothelioma.
I worked in sexual health for a very long time. So
What you said? Mesothelioma. They just make up new diseases.
nah.
You got cryptococcina like.
Nah, it's gonna get to a point you ain't gotta have sex to catch it.
Well, I mean, there are
You should
some
walk
that you
outside,
ain't gotta
you gonna
have
get a
sex just to
STD.
catch.
Oh, they say Corona is finally over, y'all.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Corona,
Well, then it's
Corona is over.
It's a lot.
That's what they say. It's a
And they got something that's worse than STD that's killing people every second called cancer.
Oh, come on now.
Eat a bag of Skittles
Come
and it's
on.
over.
You ain't lied about that.
Man, everything giving you cancer. This bitch I was
Oh,
talking
damn.
to the other day was about to give her cancer. Damn,
Put it one down.
About to give me cancer
Put it
at the ear. Cancer at the ear, cancer at the throat with leukoplakia.
Man, I bought a Bluetooth speaker and on the box it say it can give you
Cause
cancer.
cancer.
See?
I said, what the?
Yeah, for the radio.
Damn, just for listening to
Yeah.
ESPN?
The way- That's why they say don't put the stuff by your bed when you go to sleep. They
Mhm.
have it in a different room.
The air fryer will give you cancer.
I heard
I
that.
love my-
Hating to give you cancer. Stop hating.
Yeah. For sure.
It'll eat you right on
Right.
there.
For sure.
All right, let's
For
get into
sure.
it. Let's get into our
We gonna get
next
into our
Yeah.
line, you
I
know.
use the air fryer every day though.
Just stop
Hey,
using
hey,
it.
hey,
It's
slow down.
giving
Slow
people
down.
cancer.
State chapter of the NAACP is calling on national leaders to impose a travel advisory for Black Americans.
The organization wants to tell Black Americans not to enter Florida, citing concerns over what it calls the governor's anti-Black legislation.
West Chief's Gail Pascal Brown talked to a local business owner and the NAACP about what this proposal could mean.
Nikki's Place, Southern Cuisine in Orlando, has been serving up succulent soul food goodness for almost 25 years.
They know where to come and get a good plate that's just different and off the beaten path, you know?
The owner says she's proud of their reputation. She's also concerned about a proposed Florida NAACP travel advisory for black people visiting Florida because of the governor's policies.
It would be very, very detrimental to us because everybody who comes from out of town, they really do support us in a way that some of our locals can't support all the time.
Her out-of-town customers agree.
We make up a lot of the money that runs through here, so you don't want that to happen, and it'll affect businesses. I'm a business owner myself, so hearing that and hearing how that could possibly affect this black-owned business was just like, wow.
For the last few years, the governor has led what we believe is a strategic and a consistent attack on Black Floridians.
Marsha Ellison chairs the Florida State Legislative Affairs Committee and is president of the Fort Lauderdale-Broward NAACP branch. The governor says this about the proposed travel advisory.
We get involved in these stupid fights. This is a stunt to try to do that. It's a pure stunt.
But the NAACP says the proposed advisory is anything but that. Ellison says it's like a modern-day green book.
So you make an educated decision prior to making that decision to move to Florida, to travel to Florida, to send your kids here. And so the advisory just does just that. You need to know what you're getting into prior to coming to the state of Florida.
In Orange County, Gail Pascal-Brown, West 2 News.
The next step is for the NAACP Board of Directors to meet in May to deliberate and decide if that advisory will be issued. We'll keep you posted.
Boy, when we said stuff
That's
was gonna
crazy.
be weird. When Pluto entered, listen, I said I never even thought.
I told you.
I never even thought.
Florida ain't it right now. I mean, if you gonna go, it's like you go 2-3 days and then you up out of there real quick. And be careful at what you're doing. We gotta start treating Florida like a foreign country. It ain't a part of the United States. Until y'all get DeSantis up out of there, which it don't seem like. I don't understand who voting in Florida. How are y'all letting DeSantis get away with these antics and these tactics that he's doing? Y'all don't see the bigger picture. And then this fool really finna try to run for president, and he done changed the rules where he can also keep his seat. He's trying to change the rules where he can keep his seat as governor while he does it. So if that ain't telling you something, I don't know. And for all y'all that feel like that's Florida, pay attention, because like I said, this man is trying to run for president.
Yeah, he is.
So,
because the liberals are hoping that he beats out Trump. But
I'd rather vote back for Trump.
Listen.
It's like I'm just lost words right now.
I am too.
I'm lost words because that's crazy.
You don't really hear the NAA speaking up a whole lot. Right. So this
y'all ain't gonna listen.
I don't need
black people ain't gonna listen. It's like Big Boy from Outkast said.
So what he gonna do? Lock black people up?
I mean, no, but it's not that. It's the laws and the things that he is passing.
But what are the laws? What are the laws? Like, are they affecting law-abiding citizens? Or like, why is it targeting black people traveling? Like, what are the laws?
The NAACP, they just trying to protect black people. They're like, hey, Florida ain't for you. You might want to
live
right
there
now.
or to visit.
Now that's
and then it's like, oh, you get caught with a little bit of weed, you going to prison for 10 years. You know what I mean? And stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they want people to be aware of, if you're trying to move down here to live,
we're not for you.
Florida's not for you.
Atlanta
black or
too.
brown.
Let's tell them to say the same thing about Atlanta.
Hey, Mimi. Yeah,
Atlanta been full. we ain't got the tactics. Old Typeface Kemp. Typeface Kemp ain't as bold with it as DeSantis is. You know, Kemp. Let's be clear, when Keisha Bottom Lance was in that office, he was getting real upset with her. He was on the news like this with it. He was getting typeface. You know, but
that's why she left. Because she's like, I go to jail. Keisha said, let me get up out of here before I go to jail.
And not just that, we was making it hard for her too. Outside her house with damn speakerphones. Get outside, Carol.
Who did that?
With your ugly kids.
Who said that?
Black folks.
I'm done.
No.
Are you serious?
Out there camping outside that lady house.
That's why we don't watch the news, because we hear stuff like that.
Go
Go home.
I stopped watching the news.
Go home.
I try to dip and dab in the news
I mean,
every
it's
now
good
and
to learn.
then.
That's what made her quit. It was us giving her a hard time.
I'm not surprised because we ain't never happy.
Boy,
It's always something. We ain't never happy.
I'm sad about it.
You know.
That girl was on the walk. It was on. What's the thing called when you speak into it and it's loud? She was outside the house.
Yeah, that can't believe that. What the big boy
Get out
said.
here, Keisha.
That's what they were saying. I'm shocked.
Is she from there?
That's crazy.
Yeah, y'all ready to get into the topic?
I'm so sad about DeSantis, man. DeSantis is off the chain.
Well, at least California trying to do something right. And trying to do the reparations.
I'm thinking you talking about the hotel in the Bahamas. So I'm about to say, when we going? The Atlantis.
Yeah.
That's how bad I need a vacation.
Oh, the Atlantis is nice.
Yeah,
super nice.
I rather go to the one in Dubai.
And I just seen this spot in Florida I want to go to, Peanut Island.
Get somebody else to do it.
I want to go to Peanut Island, but oh well, DeSantis, you done fucked that up. All right,
I'm
put
still
me out.
going to university. I'm still going to university. It's my spot.
You done fucked
Y'all
that
gotta
up.
come on this cruise with me in April next year.
What cruise y'all going
See what I'm saying? But then
Y'all gotta come with
then
me.
you just keep on.
It's a Virgin cruise. We get on the boat in Puerto Rico.
It's a Virgin.
No, the Virgin.
The Virgin Cruise.
Cruise line. And there's no kids.
Virgin Island. No, anything with no children.
Sign us up.
It's only one
I ain't
bad
got
part.
no children, so
It's 11 days.
God damn shit. I ain't got that much time.
I
At
definitely
work.
ain't. I'm not gonna be on no boat. Give me free. I'ma start. Listen, don't.
Yeah, that's a lot on a boat.
He said give me
Longer
free
than
5 days.
That's
3
a
days
lot on a boat. That's a lot of ooh, the
I don't know. I like boats.
Let me think about it.
I like the water.
And the thought has happened.
Hey, I be on there sleeping like a baby.
The thought has happened. It's over with.
I be on there sleeping so good.
3 days.
Y'all a mess. So look, we're finna wrap it on up and get into our topic for the day. So I'm not sure if you guys had saw our post on either my personal page, on their personal page, or on Lipsticks and Lives page. So tonight we're going to be talking about parenting. So the question is, should your spouse, and or I guess you can say significant other, you all right over there?
Yeah.
Oh, should they be allowed to dictate how you interact with your baby mama or your baby daddy? So, what y'all think? So,
before we
Funny
watch,
you
do you
say
want to
that
watch the video
because
first?
I didn't.
Well,
I
that's
didn't
a
say,
general topic.
I didn't say that.
What up, Joe? Brother
Sure
It's
Joe?
funny you say that because I just saw a video yesterday. This guy, he paid for the girl to go to college. He paid for her a car, and when she ended up, she's getting married, and she wanted her real daddy to walk her down the aisle, and the stepfather called everything. The wedding was at his house, the stepdaddy house.
Okay.
He paying for everything, and he felt some kind of way. His name wasn't even on the invitations. The real daddy was. So he ended up calling off the wedding and said, no, the real daddy, he could pay for all this stuff. And he ain't never been in a girl life. He always played out.
Wow.
He was like, I done spent $40K on college and I can't even walk her down the aisle. Then the funny part, he said he saw the menu for the food at the wedding. He said, I'm allergic to 3 things on this menu. They ain't even get it for it. And then he wanted 20 people to come, and his girlfriend or whatever, the girl mama, said, we don't know, we're gonna have room. How you ain't gonna have room in my house?
I mean, I feel like that's something that her mama should have addressed.
Right.
That it shouldn't even have gotten that far. Now that just comes from a poor lack of communication.
Well, it's really his fault.
For the kid, for kids, it's hard to. I was that kid. You don't want to hurt your mama feelings, and you don't want to hurt your daddy feelings. So if you said her dad wasn't there, but maybe her dad was there, just not financially. Maybe she called him every day. Like,
well, it was his fault too, because the mama was just his girlfriend for 10 years. You ain't make her your wife.
No,
it's your fault.
Hey,
you did.
That's you said a word then.
That's something deeper.
Because right, yeah.
That's a little deeper. Like, but we talking about As
Yeah, it's a
far as
little
like,
deeper, yeah.
yeah, as far as like,
if
you
it's
know,
gonna cause like I feel like if it's gonna cause a problem in your household, then I mean it's still a communication thing. If the baby daddy is causing problems in your life, then yeah, I would say like your husband should step in. If he making you feel bad, if y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Well, me personally, I feel like it should be based on a, depending on the situation or depending on that dynamic of that family, because you do have some, and it don't even have to be on the baby daddy thing. It could be a baby mama, you know. I think it just depends on that situation though, because you have to understand who you with. You got to understand, are they stepping in and trying to dictate or quote unquote help because they have y'all's best interest, or is it their interest? You understand? Or is their insecurity? Right. Exactly. So you have to feel like you need to be careful about that though. And then how did this come along? You know, was that person somebody in your life prior to, like, we don't know what the situation
you don't,
you know what I'm saying?
If it's dramaful, if I'm dating somebody and their ex, because it's still an ex, is causing problems,
right?
Problems to where it's like you're making it hard, because at the end of the day it should be about the kid.
Correct.
We're not together, so it should be about the kid. So if the ex is causing problems where it's not about the kid, because you know you got some exes, why is that person around my kid?
Right.
But you're not here full time. And so trust me to have made a good decision to have somebody around that's gonna, you know, help in some type of way. Now you stepping in the way of that because of your feelings, you hindering it.
Exactly.
And then you causing problems, especially when you start cutting the fool in front of the kid.
Right. And that's one thing I think all adults or people that say they grown get it messed up with kids. The kid come first, regardless of how you feel, I feel. Kids come first, right? They're gonna watch how you interact with the other parties. They're going to base their respect that you have off of the respect that they see you giving. So if they see you being disrespectful, they're gonna think it's okay to be disrespectful if they see that. And then if you are arguing with, like, what kid want to see their mom or dad argue with their step parent?
Right. With their bonds.
Like, they don't want to see that.
Right.
Right. So grown-ups have to
agree
to be adults. Agree. We ain't got to get along, but we got to get along for this child.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
I'm going to show up for this child. You going to show up for this child. And we all going to show up for this child. Outside of that, that's your life. This is my life. And let's just do that.
Right. So here we go though, because we already know that in a lot of cases, it's an absent parent. And so that absent parent may come around only when it's beneficial to them. You know, maybe just holidays.
Yeah.
Maybe just a birthday. Yeah. But they're not there for the heartbreaks, the heartaches, the sicknesses, the learning experiences, all those things they're not there for. So the person that actually is there is that, you know what I'm saying, is that bonus parent, right?
Right.
I got a question. Well, go ahead.
So yeah, so that would be my question. My question is like, so what do you do in that situation though? Are you going to say, okay, you know what, you ain't never around, you show up when you're ready, when you want to show up, I'm just gonna continue to let you just do what you do? Or are you gonna hold them to the fire like, hey, you can't come around? No, you can't do this. I'm just asking because the video.
I know the video.
So the video. The reason why I'm saying this is because in the video, showed there was a party for the little boy that the mother and the stepfather had through. The biological father shows up, and they ask him to leave. And they ask him to leave because they feel like, hey, you're not around. You haven't helped raise them. You haven't done anything, and you just do your pop-ups. Mm-hmm. And so now the stepfather, the bonus father, he ain't having it. And they doing all this in front of the kid. They finally take it outside. But you know, the dad finally, video. It's a video. So we don't know. I heard that it was a skit. It looked like it was a skit to me because my thing is how y'all filming this whole thing, the way y'all filming.
It was a birthday party?
Yeah.
That was a skit. I saw it.
But the situations is not uncommon. That has happened and it's happened a lot.
I got a question though.
Yeah.
If I get with a girl, or say I get with you, right, and we staying in the same house, I'm your husband, and my stepchild get disrespectful, and I whoop his behind.
As you should.
Is that right or wrong?
I think you
have
should.
an issue. Did you have an issue with that?
I wouldn't.
So that's a conversation that needed to be had before we even got married.
Exactly.
And one,
because that's why a lot of men stay away from women
kids.
who got kids. They can't discipline.
That's a red flag for a man. Mm-hmm. That men need to pay
But
attention
here's the thing. They can easily flip, oh, he beat my child later on when they don't like you. Now all of a sudden it's an issue. You see what I'm saying? So you kind of want to, there's somebody that want to come online.
But that's the same thing that happens. He can click on the link.
Click on the link.
Is pinned. So, but here's the thing though with that. You have kids who actually get mad at their parents. It could be their biological parent, and they have called the police. I called the police on my mama when I was elementary. Okay, I'm just saying. So we can't sit here and say, well, this is something that they'll do because that's the step parent. No, they'll do it to their regular parent too. I've seen it. I've done it.
But what I'm saying is this goes back to the courtship when you dating somebody. For me, that's if you got kids and you tell me if they become disrespectful and you're not around, I'm not supposed to check your kids or not necessarily hit your kids.
Right, but
it's a thin line with that discipline with hitting because not everybody hit the same way or some people just hit for no reason. But if you tell me, nah, you can't do that, you come tell me. That's a red flag because I'm not gonna come run to you every time.
Right, and I guarantee if your kids is out with me and I'm spending some money, you're gonna expect me to feed them.
Correct,
and that's true.
But I can't pop.
So that's the general thumb. If your kid, if I can feed your kid, I can whoop your kid.
Of course.
And I believe
back in the day,
but I believe that
the whole neighborhood could whoop the kids. Back in the day.
What do I always say? What do I always say? Don't bring your kids around me if you don't want to get their ass whooped. Because I'm gonna discipline your kid if your kid get out of line.
LL say I'm not gonna want to whoop no kid because I feel like there's other ways of discipline kids. You don't have to really always.
And they're not even there. Once you discipline that child, sometimes then here come the daddy.
Don't say nothing about kid.
But a lot of times a man will say that, and a woman will say that too, and that's why it's so hard to even raise these kids in this society because if you move on with your life, your old girlfriend gonna have a problem, or your old wife, she gonna have a problem with your new wife just because.
Well, that's the choices that adults make.
That's what I'm saying. Like
you gotta be careful. Oh, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, but because people are
right. I gotta make sure I say this the right way.
Right, and that's the thing. Just like you said, SWAT chick, just like Nita just said as well. You have to have that conversation beforehand. You know, people so fast to jump into relationships and all this stuff that they don't even have the conversation.
Correct.
You know, they don't have those life conversations that they need to have. You know, your parenting skills may be different. So what are y'all gonna do to compromise on your parenting skills? Even when it came to religion and all kind of other stuff, you know what I'm saying? People don't think about that stuff.
Those conversations no
more. Exactly. They don't have those conversations.
I want to tell y'all something.
This lady told me.
I want to read this for y'all, but I'll wait till y'all ready.
Okay. She said if you have a baby daddy and he got a baby mama, the baby mama ain't got to talk to the wife if the baby daddy get married because she didn't lay down and had. I was like, that's not how that.
No,
that ain't how that goes.
There needs to be a conversation.
It needs to be a respect thing from all parties because at this point, it doesn't matter. It's not an insecurity thing. It's just a respect thing,
right?
Because when you get married, baby mama, you're gonna want that same respect from your husband's ex-wife or girlfriend.
It's a respect thing, but I have my kids. Okay, with my kids' father, if I'm discussing something with him about the kids, I'm discussing it with him. Now, whatever you choose to tell her when me and you get off the phone, that's on you. But never are we ever going to be that cool where she can call me. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Because in the old days, you only could talk to the woman. Because the woman is really going to be the one that's getting your kid. If your kids was to stay with that woman, the woman is the one feeding the kid, taking the kid places. Your baby daddy not.
See that? Well, see,
so
let me exit myself out of this because we got a different dynamic.
Yeah, but in 2020,
that's why I said everybody got his dynamic. My situation was very, very different as well.
If a person is assuming the role of a bonus parent, I'm taking care of your child. Because let's face it, men are not really nurturing.
You're right. Now we can sit down
so
together.
This woman is doing. I can give her the respect to talk about certain things with her about. I mean, and then if the kid get in trouble, okay, I can see. Okay, I'm the only one to talk to my baby. But it's still so, like, let me talk to y'all.
Let me say
right,
this.
Okay,
yeah,
we can sit down.
We can all talk.
Yeah,
I'm not calling you.
Let me say this. Then we're gonna get into what he needs to read. So I agree, but at the same token, that really it goes back to the relationship that you actually have with the baby daddy or the baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if y'all don't have a good relationship, y'all have not, settled whatever differences y'all had, and y'all don't really moved on and don't have this animosity against one another, then just bottom line, if y'all create a great rapport with one another with this parenting, then when you get married, when he get married, y'all gonna be able to come together and actually build a relationship with the bonus parents as well.
Yeah.
So that when you have these issues, y'all can talk.
Yeah.
If y'all don't come together as adults first,
right,
and hash y'all mess out,
and
that's not gonna happen. And honestly, with me, it didn't happen for me until my kid was an adult. I checked out. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to deal with a lot of arguments,
right,
and drama. And they may have their way of parenting and doing their thing. I may have my own way. We don't see eye to eye because you want to do what you want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, with that, I respected the marriage enough to say, you know what? This is what's going on. Blah, 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 blah. Giving you the opportunity to be a part. Now, whether you decided that you was going to do that or not, then that was on you. But you always had the opportunity. You always knew what was going on, and then that's just it. I mean, everything's right now. It's peaceful. It's peaceful, but I'm telling you, you
definitely have to go into those relationships with the kid in mind first. What was you going?
I just remember my son at soccer practice yesterday. God,
what happened?
Nothing. Y'all just made me remember that, and I forgot. Anyway, Brother Nair Muhammad from the Nation of Islam. This is one of my favorite quotes. He said, "The most important decision you will ever make in your life after choosing to believe in God is the mate you choose to spend the rest of your life with.
Definitely.
The mate you choose will even inspire you to grow into your greatness, or they will confine you into complacency.
Yeah.
They will either be your other half, or they will make you half of yourself." The Honorable Louis Minister Farrakhan said, "A good relationship will bring out the best in you and make you more youthful, while a bad relationship will bring out the worst in you and cause you to age prematurely. So choose wisely."
I believe that, because you ever look at somebody, and
like they give them hell.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna tell my business. My baby daddy look old as shit. He graying. He looking real bad.
What you say?
Don't. She can't wait. I ain't saying nothing else. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. All I'm saying is when you have a mate that is not.
How do poop look when it's old? I'm asking for the people in the back that don't know.
When you got
is it white? Poop is white when you get on.
That's not, that's not for you. That's not nurturing. People, you tend to age faster. You start to look a
If
certain
you
way.
don't have peace at home, you should definitely
Right. And then when you see other couples, you be like, oh, they looking good.
Young.
They they looking young, they looking
I just said that about one of my mentors. I looked at him and his wife. I'm like, dang, they look like that. You know, I'm like, they aging backwards, like for real.
Yeah.
I was just
Benjamin.
I was just saying
My
that.
husband talking about he's 25.
I was just saying that's good. That's good.
Listen.
That's good.
Listen.
But back to what you were saying though, Muhammad, that's the truth. And
Can you
to
say
back
this
to back up what you're saying.
He said it's in his book, Before I Say I Do, and he further edited it in After I Say I Do, and it's Nuri Muhammad.
Can you send that quote to me?
Yeah, in LA posted on the page because
Steve Harvey tried to.
I mean Sabrina.
So
Lanita likes it too.
to piggyback off of that, it's interesting because that basically goes with that video that you had posted earlier today with the two brothers and Steve Harvey. I think
he quoted it.
Right. So the thing about it is, I agree wholeheartedly with everything those guys are saying. I do, but I also do feel that what Steve Harvey was saying, I feel like it was just the verbiage because I know that's not exactly what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't saying don't bring nothing. I know he was not saying don't accept nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, sometimes people kind of like gaslight and gonna use certain things to clickbait. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I saw
exactly
a
what
larger video where he went in on the ladies as well.
Yeah, but that right there, that video that you had posted,
We want to know.
I have to find the video. We're gonna post it.
Oh, okay.
But
That wasn't a part of the topic today, but that right there is exactly what those guys were talking about in the video.
I ain't gonna say too.
Go ahead, no.
Why
say.
you keep on wanting to bite your tongue?
Stop! Don't bite your
'Cause I don't
tongue.
want to go. I don't want to walk out of here and get assassinated.
Oh Lord,
Oh,
nah, we
man.
ain't gonna do none of this.
We are in an
Not today.
I'm
undisclosed
talking about
location.
Steve Harvey's situation.
Oh,
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, we ain't with the Illuminati. But
It's just funny to hear. It's just funny to hear certain people like him talk like that. But
Why is it
people
funny?
change.
What? Yeah.
People can't change.
but you make never mind.
That you
No.
married.
Even if he married whoever he married.
Well, we
people
talk about
change.
celebrities all the time. Yeah,
But,
we talk about it.
She married. She
Don't
okay.
put me one down.
She used to be a stripper. A lot of people don't know that.
Right.
In
I thought
Memphis.
she was a
You married a dope boy, then
Yeah.
divorced him for his cousin,
Yeah.
and he came and saved
Yeah,
her.
but what they gotta do with the price
Because
of
he-
milk in China? Because listen, that lady can change. She can change. She can
changed.
Change
change.
it to
The
who?
right,
Lori
the
Harvey?
right,
She
no,
changed for
the
the
right man.
Ain't nobody
No,
changed. We can
you
look
just
at Lori and
said
see
it.
it.
You just said it in the quote.
Right.
The person you choose to mate with will change you for the good or for the worse.
Nah, I think I
Right.
hear you, but in this situation, I think she got. I think she got
Can't
herself.
choose.
The thing is, she found somebody that she wanted to grow into who she
And-
could be comfortable being, and that's the person she fell in love with. And
Herself.
that's just it.
Nah, she fell in love with that money.
Hey, we don't know that. Maybe the money was a helping factor because dope boys make money too. I mean, I'd rather
Yeah,
have
but
dope
look-
money than anything.
Yeah, but
Let's
Steve
find
Harvey
out.
is the safe route. Both of her dope boys went to prison.
Yeah, Steve Harvey, they say, I don't know.
And then you
But
like,
he might not have a job. He
and-
might get overlooked for a
and then the
job.
daughter took his name and she making money off of him too. He looked
He
like
adopted her.
he looked like a simp.
He looked like a simp.
Yeah,
See,
legendary.
We got to stop that though.
What? So
We have to stop
why
that.
does he look like a
What is
simp?
this?
I don't even want.
No, we want to know. Educate us.
You know,
No,
now, it
seriously.
might change the topic, so we're gonna stay on topic.
You know,
We this is
Oh.
this
Well, it's still on topic because I've been hearing a lot lately that some guys would say that a man to take care of another
I mean,
new
your
seed is a simp.
so-called
I've heard
child
that.
is getting passed around the industry.
But it's somebody
But
that made that woman.
how
a
do you
single
know?
parent.
How do you know?
Man, see, I don't want.
How do you
I
know?
don't.
if
I ain't
he-
saying.
How do you know?
Somebody gonna
And
see
that's
me
what's
in the
wrong
streets
with
of
the
Peachtree.
internet, though, right? Because
Because
if you see a picture with somebody, you automatically assume, oh, they with that person. You don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know if she with all these people at all.
Alleged.
We don't know.
allegedly.
We don't know.
Allegedly.
Hey, she was trained
Even if she was
By-
trained, then maybe,
by the queen.
maybe.
So you don't think you
these,
turn a
maybe these
hoe into
other
a
mamas
housewife?
need to be training their kids too.
Huh?
So you can't turn a hoe into a housewife?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, I see a whole lot of these.
But why they keep marrying them?
Okay, that's what I'm about to say. That's exactly what they doing.
They're not married.
Yes, they are.
No, it ain't, because our marriage, the marriage rate going down.
I just want to know.
A lot of black folks ain't getting married no more, so who get married?
Know. I just want to know.
We got the lowest marriage rate. We got the lowest marriage rate in the country. Who get married?
Just because it's the lowest rate, I mean people ain't get married though.
I'm just saying, but it's
People
declining.
get married.
And people get married, and then they get what? Divorce.
People are getting married. And people
2
are,
years.
and people are
Because people ain't doing nothing but get married for transaction reasons anyway.
But
that's why
Michelle
everybody
Obama. You heard
that's-
what Michelle Obama said? She put y'all on blast. She just did it in a nice way.
what?
She said, "Young people today, see, they just get married for the wrong reasons."
Who is young?
right.
Huh?
Who young?
I'm quoting Michelle Obama.
I know. I'm saying you said she put
Oh,
y'all
my
on
bad.
blast.
I was talking about the lady.
Who you put on
I
blast?
was trying to compliment y'all.
We trying to
How
figure
y'all
out
telling everybody you're old?
Y'all don't.
who on blast.
My bad.
Who on blast?
Great fire.
Baby, we 50.
You, what? Y'all,
She
I thought you was 24.
Now you chapstick
Now he
and
kept.
cap. Now he chapstick and
He
cap.
kept it. He kept it. But go ahead. What Michelle Obama saying?
She was just saying the new generation, the up and coming, like they get married for the wrong reason. You get married for the dress. You get married for the wedding, and then as soon as you unhappy, the first time you file for divorce,
Yep.
you leave.
I do believe that.
That's true.
Yeah.
I believe that too.
But men ain't.
They getting.
Men to stay though.
They are.
It's the ladies. The ladies are the one filing most of the time.
They are.
People.
Oh, yay.
Yay.
Hey.
Hey,
Let me see. Yeah, we can hear you. How you doing?
I am wonderful. How are y'all?
Hey, I like this green.
I
Come
know.
on,
It's
green.
so pretty.
Well, thank you.
So we're what we talking about, y'all?
We talking about should your spouse dictate how you interact with your baby mama or
Your
baby
baby
daddy?
daddy.
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Should your spouse dictate how you interact with your baby mama or baby daddy?
I knew what I thought that was. Almost.
Interesting. That could go away.
That is interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if your spouse, being that we are women, if your husband is supposed to be the head of the household, he's supposed to have the best intentions for the household, right? So you would consult with him in most scenarios dealing with the father of your kids outside of that marriage, right?
Not really, because some guys don't want to be that involved. Just like some women don't want to be that involved. And when I say that, I say that it's interesting because it just depends. In my opinion, I've never been married. So really it's kind of one of those things, you're taking advice from someone who has not been married, but I've been in a situation where it was like marriage. We were together over 20 years. And had a child. Say that again.
I said, that's a marriage, 20 years.
And he had a child, and I'll use my own life, my own example. He had a child outside of our relationship in the beginning that was hard for me to adjust to. But then I saw that he was pulling back from the child because I wasn't happy with the situation. But as an adult, the child had nothing to do with that situation at all. So I didn't want him to pull back away from his child because I felt some type of way about the situation. So let's say if we were married, had I said, well, she was a girl on the side. I don't care if you see her or not. And he was already feeling like, wow, he's hurting her. So I just won't go around. No, I encouraged him to be a better father. And to this day, we're not together, but I still call on his son's birthday and say, hey, did you remember to call Darius? Because I feel like it can go either way. Some men just don't want to deal with the drama. So they're like, I'll just pay. Well, no, that's not good enough. A child needs a mother and a father to be outside of money, so it could go either way, in my opinion.
Right, it could. And you know what? On the flip side, one key thing you said was adults. Because you see it played out on TV where don't go around that B. You got this, you know, you'll see that all the time, right?
With my kids.
Right. Exactly. Like that. Like you can't have nothing to do with the kid. And even in the old days, you didn't know the people had kids until they showed up at the doorstep. Ask Ray Charles.
Until somebody died at the funeral.
When the lady died, they're like, what you gonna do with this baby?
Right.
And so that's what came out.
Yeah.
I agree with you too, Miss Mika.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna do this segue because Muhammad wanted to talk about the bus driver.
Okay. What did you hear
You want
about
to-
that?
you want
I want to tell her who I thought she was.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I got excited for
Oh.
her.
What you thought it was?
I thought she was R. Kelly's ex-wife.
Oh my
Yeah.
Not Drea.
I love her. She can dance.
Oh, Drea, yeah. I went to one.
I was like, oh, snap.
I went to one of her burlesque. Yeah,
Yeah.
she
God. From moves, but
Okay.
yeah. Nah, that's not Drea, honey.
No.
That's not Drea. But yeah, so can you kind of give us a
The
overview
bus driver lady.
about the bus driver thing?
She just basically says she will never date a bus driver. He has to own the bus. And it's kind of the way she said it. She was like condescending when she said it.
Okay.
And now she turned that into, she went on the Breakfast Club and turned it into something completely different. Talking about the Black community and how we got to do better. No, talk about that comment you made. She tried to shift the goalposts. She's doing a lot of shifting the goalposts because.
But why was it an issue? That's just her preference.
It's not an issue. It's just the way that she said it. And no, it's the way that she said it. And then it's the fact that she tried to now come back and say a whole bunch of BS to
So she's
cover
not
up what she
standing on
said.
what she said.
Yeah, she's
So
not standing on what she said.
This
She
was like when she on a
she was on the Breakfast
She
Club.
was on
And then,
Ayana Benzo.
yeah, she was on Ayana first,
right? And then you see DJ Envy looking at her like, girl, you full of it. Just,
I
just
gotta
stand
go back
on
and
what you
watch it.
said.
So,
I gotta go back and
So
watch it.
we're gonna have to
Wait,
do
I
our
know
due diligence.
The Black community
Um,
needs to do better.
So what you
But-
think about that, Miss Mika?
well, to be honest,
Wrong for saying she
Hold
didn't
on.
want to date a
Let
bus
her
I want to
driver.
say one
quick.
more other thing.
Let her
She
finish.
said she didn't want to date a bus driver that didn't own the bus, but she never made it about race until she went on the Breakfast Club. All of a sudden, it's the Black community. But you never said that in your initial interview. So why did it all of a sudden become about us?
Maybe she wanted to be
White
cool.
men
She
drive
wanted-
buses too.
Yeah, but like
But they did say she was engaged to a white guy, right?
A white guy, a rich
Oh.
white guy who didn't want nothing to do with her. It was something to do with his kids, so he got rid of her.
Oh wow. Okay, that's a lot to unpack there.
so what you think, Miss Mika? You think she was wrong for saying she didn't want to date a bus driver?
I don't think she was wrong for saying she doesn't want to date a bus driver. I think the delivery, see that this is all new to me. I had never heard of this, but I think it's the delivery. You can just say that that's really, you know, you can have it, you can make it a little bit cleaner. It doesn't have to be like he stated, you know, she didn't have to make it where it could have been taken offensively. You know, it's just not her preference. And it's okay. Everyone has a preference. Even that guy that's driving the bus, he's somebody's preference.
Right.
But you know, I don't feel like she was wrong in how she felt because that's just what she's
She
into.
had a little tact.
Right, exactly. It was not tactful, probably. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, she was kind of aggressive, I think, probably when she said it. But the problem I have though is because I don't have a problem with what she's saying either. I think hell, it's a preference. But what behooves me is the fact that we see on social media all the time where men talk about how we don't hold ourselves, we don't take accountability, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they say we want stuff to be sugar coated and this, and the other. So it just is crazy though that on the flip side now you have a woman who's expressing her preference and how she feel about stuff. Then it's she wrong, she's to this and she to that, you know. And she's giving it the same way that it started being given to us.
Right.
But the thing I have always been saying and have been standing on was the fact that men and women are wired differently.
Mm-hmm.
And when you communicate with people, you have to communicate how they can comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens is people get their feelings hurt, all this, that, and the other.
Right.
And I'm not saying you got to go and sugarcoat, but if I know that y'all two different people, I can say the same thing. I know that I may have to say it to you differently than say it to her. because she's not going to receive it the way that you receive it.
Right.
Because y'all two different people, two different characters, you know, two different personalities. But we're forgetting that. Everybody wants to say how they feel and their preferences and all this other stuff, but nobody is thinking about how they are communicating.
Right.
Because it's not. That's what I'm saying about Kevin Samuels. It was never the message.
It was the delivery.
It's the delivery. It's about how the stuff be communicated.
But
he got better with his
the
delivery.
media always say that a black woman is a gold digger anyway. They portray a black woman as being a gold digger, a hoe. I'll go ahead and put me in mark. But I'm just saying the point. You just said she was a hoe because she dated drug dealers. But a man can sleep with cousins and he ain't a hoe.
Well, we just
media don't say that.
Completely different.
They are. But so media says
you know who call women hoes more than anybody else?
Black women.
Black people.
Other women.
We get
especially when y'all get mad at each
it's
other.
a term of endearment. I love you, hoe. Okay, listen. Okay.
No.
Okay. So, but if the media is already portraying us as gold diggers, them receiving this message, that justifies us with this thought that they gold diggers. All they want is the money because she said she don't want to date nobody with a butt. But if a man go on media and say, I want to date a girl with a slim waist and a big butt, it's okay.
But a lot of sisters portray themselves as gold diggers as well.
Because they get what?
You could
off
go
this. Because they get what off this? Because what has the media done to those people?
They
got celebrity from it.
We all adults.
We got
you can go turn on the radio and hear a song.
Some girl on the internet, Love Dorsey. Have you ever heard of her?
Dorsey.
Love
Dorsey. Yeah.
How she get started? The same way Cardi B got started, talking trash on the internet about being a gold digger, getting the money from the men, and other women listening to it, and got young kids not even knowing how to decipher what's real and what's not real.
Right.
You gotta look her up so you will see, and that's what I'm saying. Like the whole narrative of black women needs to shift. That's why we're here. That's why we want black people. Like we can get along. Look at Housewives of Atlanta. All the housewives, they fight. Ain't none of them married, except one. But they fight each other. That's what black women are loud. Black women are obnoxious. Black women can't get along. These are all images that the media plays about black women.
Right. And then they exclude, but then they exclude all the greatness that they doing together. And all the different conferences and stuff that they do together, the business they have together, they exclude all that. It's all
because that don't sell.
Exactly.
Because it don't sell.
You're right.
It don't sell. So we are furthering the narrative that black women are gold diggers, black women are hoes, black women don't know how to do this, black women don't know how to do that, and we black. And we black women. Well, and you a black man. And you're supposed to respect and honor black women, regardless of where they are in their life. If Steve Harvey married a hoe and she turned her life around, kudos to her.
Caucasian woman is also considered a gold digger. She is actually her parent, her mother,
trained to be a gold digger.
Her to go after the money. So you know that is how they're raised. They need protection. They need stability. That is their number one thing. So you can't just label the African American woman as a gold digger unless you're going to also say, hey, well, the Caucasian woman.
Asian woman.
I heard a quote. I heard another quote. Somebody said. They said the white woman goes to college to find a husband.
Exactly.
She goes to college so she can show she doesn't need one.
Exactly. That is the truth. And to speak on the bus driver situation, if I believe it's the Millionaire Mind or the Millionaire Next Door. There is actually a bus driver. He doesn't own the bus, but he was a bus driver that put all his kids through an Ivy League college up to purchase his home, build it from the ground up. He is a self-made millionaire by driving a bus, but he took his earnings and learned how to invest that into the stock market and learn how to double and triple and continuously make his money work for him. So I would say what someone does for a living would be something that I would not want. I would never say never. Let me put it right. You know, and you should be careful because the guys that do have this money doesn't look like it.
Right.
You know, they half the time don't look like it, especially old money. Now, if you're just talking about the African American culture, there are very few of us are men here that look like they don't have it, but they have it. But Caucasian guys, they don't look like it.
People think they're supposed to wear their wealth. Black people are told to wear their wealth.
Yes, that is,
they put all their wealth on, baby. I got my whole life savings on in my pocket. My money ain't even being invested. It ain't even making me no money. It's just sitting in my pocket, so I can look like I got money. And it might be Amazon money.
They say the number one thing that's killing the Black community is car notes.
Oh wow!
Mine killing me.
That's where the majority of our money goes towards car notes.
Mine killing me.
I got my car. I paid it off.
It's people that live in my neighborhood with luxury cars, 3-4 of them, and grass 6 feet tall.
Mine ain't even
priority. That's a priority, though.
Yes,
but Black people want to look the part.
If you ride by the subdivisions where they're starting at $700,000 and $800,000 and up, what do you see in the driveway?
Honda.
Honda. Now, I'm not saying they don't have nice cars, luxury cars. They're in the garage, but they are not driving them every day. That's not their everyday driving. It's just, no, you got a guy that has a collectible, maybe a Corvette, a 63. I don't know, but he has something in there that has always been his dream car that he went and bought. And then he has a nice car for his wife. But the everyday driving car that's sitting in the yard for both the husband and the wife is going to be a minivan, Toyota, or a Honda. And most millionaires drive Fords as pickups.
Because Bill Gates had a Ford Taurus for so long that he used to drive.
Unplug that Taurus in there.
Hey,
my father was Ted Turner's driver for years.
So you understand.
And he used to call the house and say, "Hey, tell your dad I'm ready to go to Goodwill."
Yeah.
He used to take them shopping at Goodwill.
Right. You know, because they don't want to spend their money on stuff.
That's right.
So we ain't taught that because we taught that we gotta look the part.
That's
instead
right.
of being the part.
I got a book.
Excellent example he just gave. Now you just heard that from the horse's mouth. You know,
book that I'm reading called How the Rockefeller Family Did It. And they got a documentary on Netflix. And the way they made their money, and they still making billions today, is amazing. And they made it through insurance policies.
Oh yeah,
the annuities.
I already know what kind of insurance can't get it out.
Yeah, but
and they was able
when
to
Black
keep
people start becoming aware of those things, they start changing them.
Of course,
they start changing those things, and
they start changing the rules.
They changing some of the rules. But they keep pushing the finish line back for us.
Yeah. But we be messing it up too, though. We'll get a hold of some info and then turn it into a scam.
Because we don't hold each other accountable.
That's exactly.
We don't hold each other accountable. We do not. I'm just saying across the board, right?
You try to hold each other accountable, but we be ready to kill each other.
I'm not talking about, but see, you're right. But I'm just saying, like, the whole OG thing is just obsolete at this point.
Yeah,
because you know what I'm saying? Like, because y'all done cussed them out. Because when Bill Cosby was trying to say Black people be in control of your family, y'all want to ridicule, but he don't speak for me. Bill talking bad about us because we don't want our kids to go to school on.
We was not
talking
about.
I hear what she's saying, but am I the only person? I go to a grocery store and see a young boy and son with his pants hanging off his butt. I'm talking about whole underwear out. I'd be scared to say something because I be thinking he might blow my head off if I say something.
Yeah, this
thing.
Right,
and I'm not disagreeing. And I agree wholeheartedly.
This is why we go to the store.
We have to find a way to get back into this, whether we start mentorship programs or something, because that's the only way that it's gonna start shifting. Because we don't have to start. We got to get to them when they young.
When they make up.
We got to get to them when they're young, because we're gonna have to start. You got to start somewhere, and we can't. Once I'm not saying that they lost at teenagers that you can't come and help them, but you have to start building that inside of them when they're young, so that won't be a problem. Because that's big. That's a big problem.
Mika, I hear them, but me personally, I'm gonna take my kid and I'm going back. I'm moving back to the motherland. I'm moving back to Africa.
I understand. Now, at a truthful statement, are you actually going seriously?
Oh yeah. I'm out of here.
But they want to be westernized. So what are you gonna do when you go over there and it start looking just like it is over here?
Well, we're not worried about it. We're not gonna speak no negativity.
No, it's not negative. That's reality.
When you
have you been to the West Indies? What do you see? You still look like this. I don't want to see the U.S. because I wanted to come over here so I wouldn't see it.
It's
When I lived overseas,
what's the reality show? The Africa it's like oh my god.
I just want to go home because when I visited, it was
I'm
beautiful.
gonna find it.
And I don't got to worry about people carrying guns. I don't got to worry about me getting my
Oh,
head
you
blown
want
off.
to shed?
I ain't got to worry about me getting my head blown
What part
off.
of Africa you trying to go to?
I went to Ghana. Super safe.
What
Now, I ain't saying every country.
Which part?
I used to live in Luxembourg, but there's too many Caucasians in Luxembourg. That was the richest country in the world when I lived there in Luxembourg. You can leave your door unlocked, but you know that's I didn't see too many of us in Luxembourg.
I was telling some.
Dead in the hood and my door unlocked.
I was just telling someone that I for at least half the year somewhere Ecuador, somewhere else, because you can find houses over in other countries, and I mean move-in ready.
Thank you.
5 bedrooms, 5 baths. Every bedroom has a bathroom, has outdoor pool. There's really no violence there, like especially like what we have here, and you're paying $130,000-$140,000 for the house.
Thank you.
But
You hear that?
I hear you.
Now you gotta get her to say smoke you be giving me.
No, I'm not even giving you smoke, but I'm saying they're not gonna tell us the ugly side of all these places. Like when you get over there and it's different than what?
I lived over there. It's different, but it's still better than living here.
Every
better than what? Like how? Is the food better? Is the
Everything
food
is better.
quality better?
Everything is
the
better.
air is better. You live longer. Less stress. They really believe in when they say vacation, they really mean it. You know, they shut down. They don't do here 2-week vacation, 1-week vacation. Everything still runs. No, they believe in family time.
It's a third world country. Do they have central air?
Yes.
So yes, they do.
You need to
She
go.
ain't even traveling like that. You doing all that? You need to
All that
go
money.
out.
I'm asking, do they have central air?
You know what's crazy?
Do they have
If
central
I take
air?
her, if I take her overseas, she's gonna be like, "Oh my God, I didn't know it was like this."
She don't want to fly that long. I've been trying to get her to
She
go
don't
back.
lose her mind.
I've
though.
been trying to get her to go back to Dubai with me for the longest.
She
I'm
don't
like,
lose
let's
her
go.
mind.
And I see the
I done lost my damn deposit because of her.
I didn't
Trying to
I seen a documentary on Dubai today that wasn't the rich side of Dubai.
You got to stop
Girl,
watching TV.
It was the real.
You gotta go in person.
It was called. It started with an M, and I was like, oh, I definitely wouldn't want to be over here.
I mean,
The
let's be
media
real.
will lie to you. You got to go see where you come
The
from.
media will have you believe in Africa is full of huts.
Right.
And everybody around.
You got to go see
Exactly.
where you come from.
There's
You can get $1 million house for $200,000 with a maid.
yes,
I will cook for
And-
you every night.
paying for that maid service.
Yeah. When I was in Costa Rica, Costa Rica, same thing. Guy tour guide, we was on a yacht, and they was like, all that right there. They was like, you could get that $1,000 a month, and it come with the maid, come with a butler, come with all that.
$1,000 US.
Yes,
$1,000.
you live like a king.
Yes.
In the U.S.
Yeah. That was in Costa Rica.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But you have to go. You have to see. There are certain areas
Yeah.
stay away from. There are certain areas in certain countries that you do have to stay away from. You have to know that
Right.
that's a safe place for you. But you want to do your research before you go anyway. You don't just want to pick a dot, put a dot here on the map and go. No, don't do that. But I'm telling you, if you just go and see for yourself, just how air is, water is, how nice the people are, how friendly they are, just how.
But are they really nice? Because even like in the DR, they're not really nice to you. They want a
nice
tip.
to me.
They want a tip from you.
Right, but
Everybody, no, I was there. I've been to the DR. I've been to Jamaica. I've been to all these local places. They want a tip. They nice to you because they want a tip.
we're not talking about
You American, they think you got money.
But we're not talking about this. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's where all of us go.
Yeah.
And go beyond your comfort zone. Go to Switzerland.
I see. I don't feel safe.
Go.
I just don't want to go to Australia.
Switzerland. You
That's
said
what
go
I'm
to
saying.
Switzerland. Switzerland.
No, you need to go to Africa, Tanzania, Ghana.
I'm gonna tell you why I went. Well, I didn't go there. I went there by mistake. I got stranded, not stranded. I was in London.
Okay.
And I was flying back to the States. This is right. I mean, when I say right before COVID, I mean like right before, like 2 weeks before COVID.
Okay.
And they shut everything down. Because, as a matter of fact, it was right before, a few days before they shut Europe down. Well, London down. And they had us backed up. And so I had a layover. My layover was in Ireland. When I say I was in Ireland, they were extremely nice. And I was only one of these. I was the only Black person. And they was extremely nice. They were, they was very welcoming. They was helping me. Even the hotel, I mean, these are strangers. I'm not even talking about the employees. I'm talking about people that's just there that live there.
Did you leave the airport?
Yeah, I had to leave the airport. I left the airport and I had to stay 2 nights.
I'm just asking if you left.
They took care of me. They made sure that I was good while I was there. Like I can't say that I never got that treatment like the way the service I got there, that treatment, I ain't never.
So do you think the people that live there have the same experience? The countries you saying go to, the people that are there, do they have that experience? Well, why do they want to keep coming over here?
They don't. That's a lie.
They do.
That's a lie.
Not all of them.
When I lived overseas, let me tell you something. Hold on.
Come over here.
When I lived overseas, I had probably 3 girlfriends from Africa. They refused to come to America.
Right.
Most places.
Now, depending on where you're talking about, like example, if you're saying, "Oh, why are they coming here from Mexico?" I mean, come on, that's a given. But if you're saying why somebody coming, when have you heard someone say I'm from Switzerland? Right. How many people have heard say they're from Switzerland? They are I'm here.
Because I mean, so a lot of estheticians, I know this ain't got nothing to do with lipstick. They are from Switzerland because they have to go to school for like 4 years to be an esthetician in Switzerland. Okay. So they come over here to make money, but they'll go home and visit, but they do come over here. People in the beauty industry, skincare industry, they do come over here from Switzerland.
Understood. How many of them want to live here?
I mean, they probably miss home because of clean air. Because I've heard Switzerland does have clean air. But
let me tell you something. When I lived in Luxembourg, it was clubs and restaurants we would visit. I would be with white people from America, my white counterparts, and we couldn't even get in just because we was Americans.
Wow.
America, you guys too violent. No, can't come in here. Ooh. Too violent. America, shoot, kill. No, get away.
Dang.
And you'll see African. You'll see, yeah. And this is the crazy part. You'll see the crazy part. But because we're Americans, some people don't like us over there.
A lot of people
because our country is so violent and we don't take care of each other. It's frowned upon.
So why can't we fix America?
We ain't gonna fix it. It's only
because you got presidents that want you to grab them in the pussy.
Put that.
Mika, am I right? Doesn't the book of
and Lanita, they get that American money.
It's not gonna get fixed. It's in the book of Revelations. It will only get worse.
You can't even say that.
She wasn't expecting that.
I know.
I'm expecting that, to be honest. But it
is weird. It's gonna be. I said when Saturn, not Pluto, into place, it was gonna be.
Look at all these shooting.
So we're going now. With things we can't say without me saying it. Look at what's happening to our generation now.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Look at where we're heading with this. And if you say something, contracts cut, you're fired. You can't even turn on TV. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry, but not sorry. You can't even turn on a TV and watch a movie with your kids without somebody of the same sex kissing each other. And it may not even be long. It can be a peck, but they got to have some scene in there that's depicting homosexuality. Mm-hmm. And I don't care. And I'm sorry. I don't care what people do with their lives, but let me decide if I want to partake in that. That's all I'm saying, especially with my kids.
Well, we did a show about it, Miss Mika, and what we came up with is this is just changing with the time, right? The media is being reflected about what is real life. So even here, like we want to represent all different aspects of Black women. We were just talking about this today. So we're going to have people from different backgrounds with different thought processes, different beliefs, because we are sitting right here, but we don't all have the same beliefs, right? sometimes we'll agree and sometimes we don't agree, but you want all walks of life to be represented in media in a positive way. That you don't see them killing people, right?
I'll tell you what
you don't see them killing people, but you see a young black boy killing somebody. You know what I'm saying? So if watching the same sex is something that you don't want to expose, but then seeing a young black boy kill another person should be something that you don't want your kids to see either.
I'm gonna tell you what's
You
gonna
know
be
what I'm
interesting
saying?
though.
Like that with my kids. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is those are two different things, though.
But I don't want my kids to see nothing. I wouldn't if I'm afraid of two people showing love to one another, but then I'm okay with my kids seeing somebody get shot up. Then what? Then I gotta look at me. Like, why am I okay with somebody getting shot, but I'm not okay with love being affected, even though it's in the Bible, and you can quote the Bible if you want to, but all this stuff been going on in the Bible days when the Bible was written. So I mean, I would rather see love than hate any day.
I tell you what, I can't wait.
I would rather see love.
What you say?
I can't wait to see the transsexuals in the WNBA dunking on women.
Because that's what's happening.
That's when it's gonna get real. How y'all feel about that? Because they haven't talked about that now.
But they're not going.
It's gonna be in the WNBA.
In Africa, they're not going for it. You get jail time for it. They're not going for it. And I feel like something should be left pure. Again, your preference, but let me also have a choice, because my choice is also whether I want to watch a violent movie with my kids or not.
Right.
You know, let it be a choice of mine. Have the channel set aside, or a few channels set aside for that. Hey, that's whatever makes you happy.
You know what they told me, Miss Mika? They told me parental control. They said utilize parental control. They was like, this is not even. They said don't worry about what's on the TV and use the parental control.
Baby, we went.
Came up with.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
let me say
because
this.
I said that's what the media is full of.
Now I understand that too. But what I said that because it was somebody I was following, and I saw a few videos, and they proved that the parental whatever it's called, you know, my child grown, I don't be knowing
parental control.
The parental control, it works. So basically, this lady and her husband, and they were black, did a study with their kids, and their kids, because they censored everything that their kids watched, their kids didn't know who Beyonce and Jay-Z was. Their kids didn't know who Nicki Minaj was. Like they was doing pictures. They was showing them, who is this? And they were showing them rappers and certain singers and stuff. People in entertainment, they did not know.
What school?
But when they put somebody positive in their they knew who it was, because they made sure that that's what their kids was exposed to. Right. They didn't let their kids just sit out there and watch anything and be on their tablets and just be, you know what I'm saying, going, even though you might have your kids thinking, okay, well, they just playing the video game, or, you know, this Blues Clues, I don't know.
But even on the video
but
game,
even though, not even that, but these kids are very smart now. They've been trained, because this is their habitat. It's digital. Everything for them is digital. Mm-hmm. They know how to utilize it, so they know how to go to YouTube. So while they surfing for this other thing, here go all this other stuff coming. Mm-hmm. You know, so I think a lot of times, to go back to when we was talking about the kids fighting the teachers and stuff, us as parents now, a lot of us, we're not able to be in the homes 24/7 like it used to be. You know, we're out, we're working, and so we're thinking that, okay, because I don't take that type of parent, we think that we're really parenting our kids and making a safe space for them. Right. But we're not. Because you're thinking like the girl who the last, what was the girl? The last one we had saw, the girl that fought the teacher
in South Carolina.
And the one in South Carolina. And the mom came back and was like, I didn't raise my kid like that. She knows better, and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, but she go to school. She in school. I was like, right. And I'm like, and what type of activities do you have her in? Is she in activities? Right. Or can you get one of those kids to just go to school and then go home and get into whatever while they waiting on you, parent, to come home? There's no parenting there. There's no parenting there at all. And then a lot of parents have to change the subject. Like we said, sometimes you want to put your kids on punishment, or they'll say they'll put their kid on punishment, but they don't, because they know that means that you want punishment too. They're not finna sit here, right? You can't watch TV, or you can't do this, you can't do that. Well, that means I can't do that either. You can't go nowhere. Well, that means I got to stay home with my kids too, because now I told them they can't go nowhere.
That's what I do.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's just a part
right,
of
but I'm
parenting.
saying parent a lot, but a lot of parents don't parent.
And they don't.
So it's like a lot of us will talk at our kids and not teach them. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. Talking at is totally different.
But then now, some of these kids got more opinions, and they talk to their parents like they're their friends anyway.
They do. And see,
and I would have hit you in your throat. So I was that parent. Hey.
The parents are getting younger, the grandparents are getting younger, and our grandparents and great grandparents are
big mamas.
See, there was a reason why our kids don't behave that way, because our grandparents were still around.
Right.
Parents didn't play that. So it was a different time. Today, as the parents and the grandparents are getting younger and younger, today, if my daughter comes here, I'm 46, if my daughter comes here, she's 28 with a child, I'm gonna watch him, but not like how my mother and my grandmother watched them. So that means that, guess what? You know, she's on her own. She has to figure it out, and she's running around not knowing what to do. She's young. She's got this kid, and she's growing up with this kid.
Right.
Now, and I don't condone that type of behavior in any setting. School, I don't care. My children, if they were to ever, let me tell you, I don't care what the law is. If my kids ever disrespect a teacher or somebody that's driving a bus, wherever, like my mom said, wherever you act up at is where you're gonna
get popped up at.
So I'm not that mother. I'm not your
friend. I'm not that mom.
Exactly.
No, ma'am. So it starts
none of us ain't their mom.
Yeah, for your child. Because it's gonna be jail or hell. I'm sorry. It's gonna be one of the two, because your child is heading, and I refuse. I work too hard to have that kind of behavior. You best believe that I know that when my child leaves here, he's a reflection of me. And if I gotta come up there and be embarrassed, oh no.
A lot of parents don't even look at that. This kid represent me when they walk out the house. You know what I'm saying? So some of them do, and some of them don't. Miss Mika, somebody wanted to join the show. Joe wanted to jump in, so he's gonna jump in our conversation with us. Joe, we're talking about should your spouse dictate how you interact with your baby mama or baby daddy, but we've been talking about a little bit of everything else. So what is your opinion on that, since you just wanted to come in and grace us with your presence?
Well, I was just curious, if the man and the woman make the baby, how do you give so much credit to an outside person? Like, okay, if the stepdad is taking care of the kid, whatever the case might be, 9 times out of 10, well, I ain't gonna say 9 times out of 10, possibly that's the mother's opinion, like, of how she feel about the dad. She might feel like the new guy is greater than him, like she don't show him the respect. The kid ain't gonna show him no respect. But if two people make a child, why they can't deal with each other? I think the system's got a lot to do with it. Like, okay, we'll do child support, we'll do this. Shit, why the fuck y'all have? Why did y'all have a baby and y'all couldn't deal with each other, or by y'all being adults, why y'all can't deal with each other?
Nobody is saying you can't deal. We never said that. We said should your spouse. So the only time, like,
okay, shit, your spouse wasn't there when y'all made the baby though. That's what I'm saying. Y'all, the spouse or whoever you're dealing with wasn't there when y'all created the kid. That's for y'all to deal with. That's y'all business. I feel like that allows somebody else to come into your business. Like, you can run your business the best way nobody else.
If you're married, you're my business.
What you say, Mika?
I said I agree with him, but what if both parents are not on the same page? What if you have a positive father and a negative mother who you're both in not dealing with each other anymore? Sometimes the other person will need to step in to help you, and it's not all the time a negative situation. And it sounds like you're speaking from a little bit of, I don't know, experience or maybe friends or something like that.
When you say help, I feel like it's more of an obligation. If we made this kid together, why we're not dealing with it together?
Okay, but let's be real though. Let's be real. You have a lot of people who make kids together and still make that other parent a single parent because they decided not to be a parent. So you don't pick and choose. You're either gonna be a parent full time or you're not. So what are you doing in that situation? It's not about who you laid down with. It's about who stepped up and took the responsibility.
Correct.
And that's what I say. Why y'all can't figure out a way to deal with each other? If that's who you had a baby with, everybody know what they get themselves into in life. Okay, if I chose a deadbeat dad or a mother that ain't gonna do shit, that's what I chose. I feel like it's your choice. Like you should deal with what you did. You laid in the bed, you made that baby. You should deal with it. But it's not what another person say with what you did. Y'all did that.
But you know
what I'm saying?
Do that. You know that everyone cannot think like that. You know this. I'm quite sure you have family that those two people are not on the same page. That's why they can't come together to come up with a solution so that they can both be in the children's life and not have to have an outside influence to say anything. But again, you have to know, like you said, what you got yourself into. And you don't know it at first. Well, a lot of us had kids as teenagers.
Yeah.
Oh, let's be honest. I had my first child, I was 17. I got pregnant at 16. But just so happened he was a great father. You know what I mean? Now, he may not have been a great boyfriend, but he was a great father. And I could never take that away from him. But a lot of my friends don't have that same story. They don't have that same situation. As soon as they got pregnant, that guy was out. So they had to find someone else. You know?
Let me just say this. Let's say you got y'all in great relationships with the baby daddy or baby mama, and then one day they cut you out. Should your spouse jump in at that point and be like, hey, don't talk to my wife like that? Or don't talk to my husband like that. Right? Because if I'm married to you, and somebody is talking crazy to me and you don't say nothing, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, not necessarily dictate, oh, you can't talk to your baby daddy or you can't talk to your baby mama, but you are my better half. So you gonna come for me. You are my protection. You are my covering. As a woman, you are a man's covering. Like, you are supposed to take care of your husband. A man is supposed to protect his wife.
Okay, like, can I speak? Can I speak upon what you're saying? Or how do I speak? Like, I don't want to be rude about it.
Okay, go ahead. If we saw your face,
okay, for what you're saying, right? You're saying that that's your spouse. Back to another thing, a strong point that you made. A lot of Caucasian people don't think in the same light. Like I said, at the end of the day, you should be able to handle your own as a woman. You laid down with that man. Your spouse didn't lay down with that man. You should let things get to the point to where somebody's dealing with your situation that you created.
Somebody gonna cuss at you. You don't know what kind, like, and let's say, Joe, okay, I don't know you had a bad day. And I'm sitting here nagging at you that I need money for a kid. You say, bitch, I thought I told. Then my husband say, hey, bro, like, why you talking to my wife like that?
Okay, you should. Well, why can't you say at that point, hold on, I can deal with this situation. This is what I created.
You a man, because you're a man. That's why.
I'm a man. I'm a street guy. I'm a street guy. That's why I don't show my face or anything. I'm a street guy. You know, but at the end of the day, it's like this. Okay, I jump into your situation. I kill this nigga. I go to jail for the rest of my life. You're going to find somebody else to be with. This is common sense. Back to mentality-wise of what you have to lose as a person and how things go. Number one starts out with the first thing.
And that's what's wrong right now, because Black women have been out of line even addressing a man. So when a man hit a woman for talking crazy to him, oh, it was provoked. The man was provoked. Okay.
Oh, so that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Yeah. I do not like. I agree with you totally there. That's wrong. That's back to what I'm saying. We have to learn as Black people to deal with things in different ways on like different aspects. Maybe if parents learn to work with each other, talk more, understand things, bypass things, because you don't understand it. Okay, I don't understand it, but that's a great idea. Go ahead on. That hurts nobody. we as black people, we're very aggressive, and like we, men and women, black people, we're very aggressive people, and our patterns, you know, we have to stop at some point in time if we want to come up as a culture of people, to be honest with you. Like, to be looked at and be respected or be, you know, equal to another person. We're already that, but with most of our actions of aggressiveness, they're gonna look at like black people gonna lose their cool in most cases. We don't know how to deal with situations, and child support don't help shit because okay, we just gonna get to the mom. We're gonna say this person right. When new child, like, what if at the end of the day, you had a kid and you had to go stand in front of a judge and say why you don't want to be with this person or why you don't feel like this right, in order to who dealing with the kid. Let's see what's going on here. You know, God is like, we got to know this as a people. It's not about nothing like, at 21, everybody got the idea of life. You have a personal choice. You know? Okay. So when it boils down to it, it's like, you lay down with that person, you deal with it. Your problem shouldn't linger on to another person in the first place. And it's that's only totally my opinion.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
That's just my opinion.
I know, and you are entitled to your opinion. And I just feel like as adults, if you have a kid and it was outside of your marriage, you came with the kid into the marriage, it should be a respect thing across the board. Your spouse is now you become one with somebody else. And that's just what I believe. But you don't.
So let me ask you a question. What you're saying. Not saying I disagree, but I'm trying to totally understand you. You have an entity when you come into a relationship. That's a personal entity. Now all this becomes one without the father. No, you have a three-part entity if you're going to break it down in that light. You got a baby daddy, you got a kid, and everything when you come to your relationship, you break this down to your husband, and he should respect that. That has nothing to do with him, like you said, it could have came before, whatever the case might be outside of it, but you got a three-part entity. You're still excluding one entity to comparison of another person.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hear what you're going to say. Like, that makes no sense to me when I'm breaking it down from like common knowledge, mathematics.
I mean, it's our unfortunately, Miss Mika, Mr. Joe, we have ran way past our time. So this is going to just be something that can start dialogue with others at home. Other people to talk about. You can call me and tell me the rest of it if you want to.
Let's redo the show and I'll just come in and let Miss Mika come in.
You just come right on there. You just come right on there. That's just a vote.
I'll bring snacks. I'll bring wine and snacks. I'll bring wine, snacks, and cheese.
Because I want to hear him. I want to hear his defense to if we were married. If we were married.
Okay.
And my kid's father called and he was upset about something I wouldn't let my child do. And he starts to talk to me crazy. You know, this, that, and you live with nothing, blah, 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 blah. Would he just sit
You should hang up the phone, baby. You should hang up the phone to keep that confusion.
Okay.
It's your choice to entertain stupidity. If something stupid, don't deal with it.
You should deal with the problem. Should I say, well, honey, I'm going to go ahead and just talk to him in person tomorrow?
No, you don't even say nothing. You just keep that confused. You say, man, listen, I don't have no time for this. Hang up the phone on that your husband pissed off. He already mad. Baby, listen, let that be. That makes no sense. Once we realize things don't make no sense, what do you deal with?
You know, to your point that we didn't get anything resolved, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to finish this dialogue online. Y'all stay right there. Y'all stay right there. I'm going to end this broadcast. So y'all that tuned in, thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all at the Beaches of the Bank.
Because I'm moving to the money move.
And we're going to continue this dialogue in the background.